The first problem asks you to write the number 23,436 in expanded form. So when we put a number in expanded form, we are writing the value of each of the digits. I'm going to go ahead and just write this number in standard form first. 23,000. That tells me I'm going to write 23. And it'll be in the thousands period. Then 436. So there's my number. I took it from word form to standard form. And then if we put that into expanded form, which choice is going to be correct, Harper?
The second one.
The second choice. The value of the digit 2 is 20,000. The value of the digit 3 is 3,000. The value of the digit 4 is 400. The value of the digit 3 is 30. And the value of the 6 is just 6 ones. Okay, next it tells us to find the difference. So when we're finding the difference, what are we doing, Christopher?
You're subtracting.
You're subtracting. Okay, so we've got 27,202. I'm going to write that number down. And I'm taking away 3,000. I'm making sure to put it in the correct place value. 489. So when I subtract, if I have 2 in my ones place value, can I take 9 away, Jaden?
No, you have to go to your other 2 and ask it.
Why do I have to go all the way over to this 2?
Because the 0 doesn't have a number.
Very good. There's nothing for it to borrow, is there? So that 200s is going to become 100. My 0 tens will become 10, but that still doesn't help me. So what do?
Make it 9.
I'm going to make that a 9. And then my 2 ones will become 12. Perfect. 12 minus 9 is 3. 9 minus 8 is 1. Then I have 1 minus 4. Can I do that? And make my 7 into a 6. Then that 1 will become an 11. So 11 minus 4 is 7. 6 minus 3 is 3. And 2 minus nothing is 2. So the difference is 23,713. All right, next we're finding the product. 7,876 times 8. How did you solve, Ansley?
I did 7,000 times 8.
Okay. And what was 7,000 times 8? 7 times 8 is 56, and then we have 3 zeros for the thousands. All right. Then what?
I did 800 times 8.
800 times 8. 8 times 8 is... And then we add 2 zeros at the end. All right, then what? 70 times 8. 7 times 8 is 56. And we have 1 zero to add. And then the last thing? 6 times 8. And 6 times 8 is... Now what? We add all of those parts together. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. 0 plus 0 plus 6 plus 4 is 10. Write down the 0 and regroup the 1 to the hundreds. 1 plus 0 plus 4 plus 5 is 10 again. Regroup the 1. 1 plus 6 plus 6 is 13. Regroup that 1, and 1 plus 5 is 6. So the product is 63,008. We ought to be getting pretty good at those multiplication problems. Yes, ma'am.
Can we go to the restroom?
Can you wait just a minute?
I guess so.
If it's an emergency, you can go.
I'm pretty sure I missed that one. Wrong. That's because I didn't get to finish.
Okay.
And I just
Okay. All right, let's look at the next one. We're finding the sum 36,392 plus 82,819. Christopher, how do we solve this one?
I didn't get to that one.
Okay, so how would we solve it?
You would line them up.
Okay.
Put 36.
Is this what you mean by line them up? Okay. I've made sure my place values match. I'm adding. All right, so what do I do first?
You add the 1.
Okay, so 2 plus 9 is?
11. Regroup the 1. Oh, that's 11, and then regroup the 1. 12, regroup the 1. That's 10, and then regroup the 1.
Count that again.
Wait,
1 plus 6 plus 2.
9.
9. Okay. And then 11. So the sum is 119,211. All right, the next one. This is one that a few of you had some trouble with, so let's talk through it. There are 568 boxes of erasers. In each box, there are 50 erasers. How many erasers are there in all? So we know that there are 568 boxes of erasers. In each box, there are 50 erasers. What are we going to do to solve, Dylan?
So you get the 568, and then you times it by 50.
Yeah, because there's 50 in each box. I have 568 boxes, so I'm going to multiply. So we know 568 times 50 is the same as, we can do 568 times 5. And then we can multiply that answer times 10 to take care of that 0 at the end. We worked on that right before Thanksgiving break. So 568 times 5. I can do 500 times 5
equals 2,500.
Very good.
And you do 6 times 5, which equals 200. Wait, no.
6 times 5 is 30.
Oh.
And then I need to add the 0, 30 tens, which would be 300. All right, then what?
And then you get the 8 times 5, which is 40.
40. Okay, so then I need to add all those together.
Which 0 plus 0 plus 0 equals 0.
Okay.
4 plus 0 plus 4 equals 4. 5 plus 3 equals 8. 2 plus 0 equals 2.
Okay, so we've got 2,840, but is that our answer?
No,
What do we have to do?
You have to times it by 10.
Now we've got to come back and we've got to take care of this times 10.
And that means you just put extra 0.
That means that we're going to just add the extra 0 at the end. You're right. So everything moves over. My 2,000s becomes 10,000s. My 800s becomes thousands. The 410s becomes 400s. 01s becomes 010s. And then I add the 0 to the ones place. So in all, there are 28,400 erasers. All right, the next one tells you to find the first 5 multiples of 9. So we're skip counting by 9s, or finding the numbers that the products when I multiply by 9. What are those, Amy?
9, 18, 27, 36, and 24.
Very good. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36. And 9 times 5 is 45.
I just added a 10 every time.
Okay, that's a good strategy. Amy said she added a 10 every time and then just took 1 away to get back from 10 to 9. Okay. What 2 numbers correctly complete the table? So we've got one of these function tables again. And think about that machine.
The thing like a meat grinder?
It kind of looks like a meat grinder. You're right. So we're going to drop a number in from this side of the table. This is it's the number we're going to put in. Here's my rule. I'm going to just put a blank because we don't know what that is yet. And when it goes through the machine, something different comes out. And that's what's on this other side. So if I put in a 1 and I get a 3 out, how is that changing, Alexis? What are you thinking, Dylan? What's happening to it?
So it's like just adding 2.
Adding 2, all right. So 1 plus 2 equals 3, right? Okay, so let's see if that works for the next one. If we put in a 2 and we add 2,
It comes out with...
do we get 5?
No.
So it can't be that.
I mean, you could put 2 twice and then add 1.
So you saying we could do 1 times 1 and then add 2? Or are you saying to do the number times 2 and then add 1?
To do like the number times 2, then add 1.
Times 2 and then add 1. So if we did 1 times, I'm going to put an N for number. Number times 1.
My brain is literally...
Or I'm sorry, you said times 2 and then add 1. Sorry. Number times 2 and then we add 1. So let's see what happens. 1 times 2 is 2. Then if we add 1, that becomes 3. All right, so that works on the first one. Let's try it with 2. 2, if we drop in a 2, 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5, so that works. If I drop in a 3, 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. So does that work?
Yes.
All right, so Owen's figured out our rule. So if we drop in a 4, 4 times 2 is... 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. So that would be a 9. All right, if we drop in a 10, 10 times 2 is 20. Plus 1 is 21. So our missing numbers are 9 and 21. And the rule for the table is the number, or N, that's just whatever's in the inside, the left side of the table, times 2 plus 1. That one was kind of a tricky one to figure out. All right. Miss Ann needs flooring in the addition of her house. The room is 16 feet wide and 20 feet long. How many square feet of flooring does she need to purchase? All right, so Miss Ann has a new room that she built onto her house. It tells us that the room is 16 feet wide and 20 feet long. And we're needing to find the flooring. So will the flooring go around the outside, or is the flooring going to cover? It's going to cover this whole space. So what do we have to find to figure out how much flooring she's going to need? the area, and we find that by multiplying length times width. So area equals length times width.
Area.
The length is 20 feet.
20 feet
The
times
width is 16 feet.
area.
So the area is going to be equal to what?
26. No.
16 times 20.
32. I stand for Alexa.
16 times 2 is 32. And then we need to add the 0. So it's going to be 320 square feet. Okay? Then it says she needs to place trim around the walls. So she's going to put that trim all the way around the walls. What will we need to find to figure out how much trim she will need to purchase, Christopher? The perimeter. We're going to need to find the perimeter. It's going to go around the walls, you know, like at the top of, yeah, or at the bottom, baseboard, something that goes around the walls. So we're going to find the perimeter. We're going to add all the sides.
20 plus 20 is plus 40. 16 plus 16.
So 20 and 20 y'all said was 40. 16 and 16 is 32. 72 feet. Very good.
Yeah, I got that one.
All right. And the last one, compare the fractions using greater than, less than, or equal to. So we've got 3/6 and 1/3. What do you notice about 3/6? Jacob, what do you notice about it?
It's shaded in 3 parts of the 6.
Okay, there's 3 parts shaded in. There's 6 parts in the whole thing. And then, do you notice anything else about 3/6?
It's bigger than that other.
It is bigger there. How do you know it's bigger?
Because that one has 3 and that one only has 1.
Okay. But what else do you notice about it, Olivia?
There's more shaded to that.
Yeah, there's more space shaded, isn't there? What else could we say? We know this is 3 parts shaded, and there's 6 parts in the whole. But what if I broke it like this? Do you see something else that we could say, Jacob?
One's half
Yeah.
and half, and the other half isn't.
Yeah. We can say 3/6 is equal to or equivalent to 1/2. But you're right, Cash. 3/6 is larger. There's more space shaded in, so the answer is greater than.